Hi, my name is Krista Corgatelli. Today we are going to look at lifestyle rescue preventing prediabetes. This will be an interactive experience with activities, so I hope you're looking forward to learning. Okay, first a little about myself. I am currently in the Master's of Science in Applied Nutrition at the University of New England, and I will graduate at the end of August this year. I got my bachelor's in animal science from BYU, Idaho, and I am an ACE-certified personal trainer and own my own training business. You can see down here, Hangyubushi training. One of my favorite activities is martial arts, and I've been training for over 23 years. In the picture, those are my belts and certificate. Nutrition and exercise have always played a part in my life, and this brings us to the goal of the workshop. The goals of the workshop are to take an inventory of your current default behaviors, find 3 healthy defaults that you can use to make healthy switches, discuss the importance of healthy choices with your children, and this will help you be able to change the current dietary intake, feel comfortable using education programs that will help you reach those goals, and maintain a lifestyle that will help you prevent or reduce prediabetes in the future. The framework for your goals is also important, and framing them as SMART goals, as the picture indicates over here, will really help you out. Okay, so there's going to be 6 steps to success here. And these steps that we're going to follow to achieve these goals is going to be Activity 1, Stages of Change, the Intro to TTM, which is the Trans-Theoretical Model of Change, and Question 1. There's several questions in here, but I got a couple of big ones. Activity 2 is going to be Current Habits, Intro to Healthy Options, and Question 2, Activity 3, basically, making healthy choices and making it permanent is going to be our 6th step. You can't really see the numbers on there, but they're 6. And this is a really good picture over here. It reminds us of the importance of writing down our goals. It says a goal without a plan is just a wish. In order to make these goals a reality, we need to see where you're at using the Trans-Theoretical Model of Change. We're going to do this by filling out a readiness to change sheet, which is in Activity 1. So Activity 1, here's our self-assessment, okay? Using the Trans-Theoretical Model of Change. So I'm going to have you guys fill out a blank Trans-Theoretical Model of Change assessment, and you're going to fill it out. It's going to be the 2nd page, and underneath your slideshow here. And this is going to help you guys determine where you are at when it comes to making a change. I'm going to have you guys fill it out regarding the lifestyle and the risk that you feel that you are currently at for prediabetes. For example, how healthy is your lifestyle, and are you willing to change your current lifestyle? Okay, so this is going to take about 5 minutes, so enjoy yourselves. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. This is an open kind of seminar, so any questions at any time is always welcome. It's more of an educational activity than a seminar itself. So now that we have written down our readiness to change, just like the picture, let's go over why this is important. Okay, now moving on, we're going to explain the Trans-Theoretical Model and what it does. Okay? So as you can see on the picture on your left, you're going to see a picture of the Trans-Theoretical Model of Change. It has 5 stages of change, and they are contemplation, determination, action, and maintenance. Okay? Or sorry, pre-contemplation as well. I missed that one. These stages provide a framework that allow you to determine your readiness to make changes. For this workshop, it will help you to determine your readiness to identify your habits, make the changes that will help prevent prediabetes. But don't worry, this model of change is designed to handle a realistic lifestyle, which includes setbacks. As you can see, you can come in and out of any stage on the picture, and I mean, life is just the way it is, so the key is to always keep progressing towards your goals, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so prediabetes, who, what, and why are going to be the next few minutes. We're going to spend some time going over this. So, question 1, what do you guys know about prediabetes? Okay, and you can see over here on the sign, it says prediabetes just ahead. So, what is prediabetes? And its causes, and how do you know if you have it? It is a serious condition where a person's blood level is just below the level that it would be diagnosed as type 2 diabetes. When a person has prediabetes, their cells don't respond normally to the insulin, forcing the body to increase production of insulin to the point where they cannot keep up. Now, if this process is left unchecked, it can develop into type 2 diabetes. Unfortunately, a person with prediabetes may not show symptoms for years, so it can go undetected while damage is being done to their heart, blood vessels, and kidneys. The picture on the side, as I pointed out before, is a clear indicator of the future of a person who has prediabetes and does not make the necessary changes to fix that. Okay, so fortunately for everyone, prediabetes for the most part can be resolved. So the question is, who is at risk, or who does prediabetes affect? Who do you think is affected as far as prediabetes? 1 in 3 American adults are pre-diabetic and don't know it. And 90% don't know it. Additionally, 8.7% of Idahoans are diabetic. The risk factors for pre-diabetes include being overweight or obese, being over 45 years old, although this is changing to include anyone younger than 45 years old, and more and more children are starting to become type 2 pre-diabetic, even to the point of over the type 1 diagnoses. Having a family member like a sibling or parent who has type 2 diabetes, not being physically active at least 3 times per week, having gestational diabetes, diet, of course, waist size, and even obstructive sleep apnea. So if you guys have those things, 1 or 2 or more, then you really need to start looking into getting checked and thinking about making some serious changes. And that's what this seminar is going to help us do. That's kind of what we did with the transtheoretical model, and we'll see how that ties in later. Additionally, ethnic people and people who are below the poverty line is at a higher risk. Okay, so in this picture, there are 3 arms. 1, 2, 3, count them. Okay, and arms instead of people. Can you tell which one has prediabetes? According to the statistics, one of these people has it. And more than likely, according to the statistics, they don't know it. So what we need to do is figure out how to resolve this. So why do we need to reduce the risk? Okay, so I'm asking you, why do we need to reduce the risk? The importance of reducing the risk is that diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in the United States. It increases the risk of heart attacks and strokes, cardiovascular disease, and renal impairment, among others. Given that being overweight is one of the risk factors, it is important to note that less than 35% of Americans consume the recommended fruits and vegetables, and 48.4% of Americans don't meet exercise guidelines. Additionally, American diets have shifted from at-home food preparations to fast food consumption. This has allowed the American diet to increase in sodium, fats, and added sugar, which place people at a higher risk for prediabetes and other health complications. However, the most important reason to reduce the risk is that lifestyle changes can prevent or delay the development of prediabetes and, in turn, type 2 diabetes. Okay, so with this in mind, we need to look at our current habits. The picture shows how different portion sizes at a restaurant and the recommendation portions are. The sandwich on the left over here is the standard Panera sandwich, which, most people would agree Panera is not that bad for you. But their portion size is way out of control compared to the actual recommended portion size for this exact sandwich from the USDA. So this is why it's even more important that we pay attention and learn what we can do to help reduce the risk. Everyone's at risk, and we can fix this. Okay, so activity 2, part 1, the current habits. Okay, so the picture on this slide was chosen because it represents typical American foods. Just kind of refresh your memory as to what you had last time for dinner, maybe. Okay, now it's time for activity 2. Please take out the activity 2 worksheet. It will be underneath the TTM model of change that you filled out earlier. On this sheet, you'll see 2 columns. In the left column, under the title current habits, write down a list of what you are currently eating and doing physical activity and that kind of stuff on a daily, or couch surfing, that works too, on a daily basis, just your current habits. Then highlight the food choices and behaviors that you think could put you at risk for prediabetes based on the information we talked about. Okay, so then we're going to give you about 5 minutes to do this, and take your time, kind of think about really what you do every day and what you like to do. So now that we have this accomplished, let's look at what defines healthy and some healthy options. Okay, so what makes something healthy? This is question number 4. Feel free to answer, and we'll take time to do this. So what do you guys think makes something healthy? Okay, so foods that are typically considered healthy are known as nutrient-dense foods, which are high in vitamins and minerals, but low in calories, fat, sodium, and added sugars. Activities that are considered healthy encourage an appropriate amount of movement for an extended time. Locations that are considered healthy include a lot of options or choices, and situations that are considered healthy include a positive and supportive environment. Healthy choices for the prevention of prediabetes include monitoring your diets, especially fiber and fat intake, as well as exercising. Okay, and you can see over here on this question mark, the question is, what are we going to choose? Our standard diets or something maybe a little bit new, something a little bit more fun for change? Okay, so here is another section. I have a couple of questions here right off the bat. So question 5 is, how much fiber should we eat a day? Take your time, think about it. Any answers are good. So the total fiber intake for men is 30 grams per day and 25 grams for women. Studies have shown that large intakes of dietary non-viscous fiber significantly reduces the risk of coronary heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Non-viscous fiber comes from wheat bran, and better sources come from fruit and vegetables. Okay, so question number 6. How much saturated fat should we have every day? And this might surprise a few of you. It's pretty small, but the question is, do you know what it is? Okay, so the answer is 10% or less per day of your caloric intake. So that means everything you are supposed to eat should come from saturated fats, no more than 10%. So substituting other foods will help us keep our saturated fats down, and it will lower the risk of cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. This picture was added because it makes an important point of making sure the diet is balanced to prevent additional problems. Okay. Good job, guys. We're getting there. So question number 7. How much should we exercise every day? Any ideas? Excellent job. The answer is at least 60 minutes of physical activity per day. Adults are recommended to strengthen their muscles, and children should include aerobic and bone strengthening as well as muscle strengthening. In addition to exercise, healthy eating will help prevent or reduce the risk of developing chronic diseases such as prediabetes. Now that we have a little background information, we can determine some healthy choices in activity 3. I like this little stick figure picture here to kind of help us remind us of the activities, because there's a good chance you will be putting some of these down on activity 2, part 2. That's where we're at, activity 2, part 2. So take out that sheet again, and we are going to go on to choices. So activity sheet 2, on this sheet you'll see the 2 columns. In the right-hand column under the healthy option title, write down a list of the healthy behaviors you would like to include in your daily lives. Then circle the 3 behaviors you would want to swap out for the 3 current behaviors you feel were the risk factors for prediabetes. Then draw a line from at the healthy option of the behavior you want to switch out. Okay, does everybody make sense? So you're going to write down your healthy options on the right-hand side, circle the 3 behaviors you feel comfortable based on your choices, and the TTM that you would want to switch out of those healthy behaviors that you highlighted before. Okay, so I chose this picture to kind of help you remind yourselves what it is that we should be doing and our healthy choices. Okay, now that we've done this, we're going to go to activity 3. It's time for you to practice. So far, we walked through 2 situations where we've identified what's healthy and what's not healthy, and then we've applied that to our current diet and selected options that we want to choose to switch out our less than healthy behaviors that are putting us at risk for prediabetes. So we're going to do this without any coaching this time. And we're going to split into 2 teams. And we're going to see if we can successfully modify a real-world scenario. Okay, so on the boards you will see a traditional Euro recipe ingredients divided between them, and a basket of words from a modified Euro recipe that would help improve the essential health of the original. We're going to split into the 2 teams, and when I say go, choose the words from the basket of the healthy ingredient words and use them to modify your half of the traditional Euro recipe. Okay, so go for it, and once you're done, we're going to discuss the choices you made and why you made them. Excellent job, everyone, and good insights. As you can see on the right side over here, this picture is showing both healthy and unhealthy lifestyle options. Choose carefully in this practice activity, and it's a good reminder to help us remind ourselves that we can make the choices and we have the knowledge so we can keep moving forward. So on to our last little bit of a slide. Okay, choices and homework. And yes, don't get scared about homework. It's pretty simple. You've already done it. Well, this will be the 3rd time if you do it tonight. The choice is yours to make, and if you choose to make small, reasonable goals every day, these healthier options become a part of your life before you know it. So stay positive. This takes time, but if you stay with it, the changes will come. Practice. No one gets this right off the bat. Learn and grow with your family and friends. And the real big key to this is, like we said before in the transtheoretical model, keep going back to it. Life happens and you're going to fluctuate. You're going to go forward. You're going to go backwards. Some days will be better, but the point is to keep making good changes every day. And it's never too late to keep pushing forward. Okay, so this picture is kind of self-explanatory, but it's a solid reminder that if we make these changes a part of our lives, they won't have to feel like a burden. So the picture says, make it a lifestyle, not a duty. Okay, so for additional practice, this is your homework. I'm sending you home with a healthy defaults pamphlet for obesity. You can try making swaps with your children. And essentially on the inside of the pamphlet, it has a pre-list of words, things that you can swap, or behaviors that you would want to swap, unhealthy or less than healthy behaviors. And on the other side, just like we did in activity 2, as a preset list of healthier options. And we'll see if your kids can actually make the swaps that they want to make, and then challenge them to make those choices for the week. And I'm also sending home the modified Euro recipe that we tried in activity 3, so you can try it at home as well, and try it with your kids and your families, and I'm sure they'll love it. Thank you. You guys have been awesome. Do we have any questions? Excellent. Thank you for participating in this workshop, and thank you for listening. I hope you guys had a great time and enjoy making healthy changes and embracing a pre-diabetes-free life. Okay, and here are the references. And we have plenty of worksheets and pamphlets for everybody and the Euro recipe. So feel free to come up and get them and talk amongst yourselves. Any other questions, and we'll take care of those. Have a great day and enjoy your week.